Hi everybody, this is Geneva and I have a new scrapbook to share. I call this one Time Flies. Sort of obvious. It of course turned out to be totally different than I imagined it would. The paper set I used is from Portobello Road, and it is a Michael's Recollections pad. I really don't know if this is still available, but it sure made a beautiful, beautiful scrapbook. And I used I have 11 pages left of 48 sheets. So I used a lot. And of course I use my own stuff. I've got chipboard cover, and then the pages that used a whole pack of this in ivory. Lots and lots of paper goes into these books if you've never built one yourself. I'm going to do a quick look-see, then I will go back and talk about what I used and what I did to make the book, and at the very end there will be still photos of each page and how it unfolds. So here we go. Cover. As you see, I'm going to go as wide as I can go. The spine is stamped and embossed, and the back I left plain. The inside cover starts with a waterfall page. This is magnetized, of course, and same papers alternating. Two, four, six, seven places for photos or to add journaling. Pocket with this cute little tag. Button. This is hand stamped. Next page, this is part of the papers, so I try to utilize the papers to help design. Okay, here's the first page. It opens up this way. And then again this way. And then again this way. So lots and lots of room here. Of course, every page is an envelope style page, so it's got a nice big mat in between. It's a pocket page. I double stamped this. I did this on purpose. I stamped with the lighter then the dark, and it says life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful, and it holds a tag, and there's room for more if you wanted to add other things inside. this opens up once and twice, and magnet closures throughout. Next page is a split page, and these are mirrors of each other. This says, "Life is full of beautiful moments, make them all count." And all of these have magnets on them. All four of those have magnets. This is, you could tuck a picture under here. You could fit one under both of them. They're both, left this part unglued. And of course, a nice big photo mat in between. These are such beautiful papers. And I think I only bought the paper stack because they were on sale. So beautiful. Oh, this is a gorgeous image from the papers. And again, this isn't glued down, so you could put something under here if you wanted to. And this just flips up. Pulls out. Look at this. We have a booklet. And it's a really cute way to hide a book or disguise one. Now this edge is reinforced on the back side to help it not only not buckle, but to not tear. And again, this is a magnet here. This is simply a pocket page with three tags. The border punch here is actually an around the page punch, and it's a Martha Stewart Art Deco. This image was part of the papers. This would be a really neat silver anniversary album. Large photo mat from in between. A graduation gift. So many uses. Okay, this is another interactive page. We have these are mirror images, so we have two little journaling booklets. They are empty on the inside. I stamped this one. Courage is being yourself every day in a world that expects you to be someone else. And this was part of the papers. Now, initially I was gonna just hang them off of here, and of course they can be. It's just this was so pretty I wanted to see it. So both of these flip open. This is just a little tassel, corded tassel I have in my stash. The next page opens twice, once, twice. This is mostly decoration, but I left it as a band, so you could put other things under there, and I made this cute little tag. And tag in between. Next page has another fairy on it. And magnet closure opens this way, and then it opens twice. Once, twice. These are such pretty, pretty colors. Alright, we're almost done. Again, this is not glued down. This here is just glued here at the top, so you could tuck something underneath. Flips open. It's a relatively simple page. It's matte. And last page is again a pocket page. And the inside of the back cover is a pocket. And this also, you can slide something underneath if you wish. These two tags here. And the clock is a magnet. It hides my tag for my numbering, and this is my fifth numbered book this year. Okay, there it is. Okay, now to technique. And what I did. The spine, I took some patterned paper from the stack, and I stamped it with a Tim Holtz background stamp. It's the one that has all the travel stamps on them. It's a collage of travel stamps, and I did that I think I did it in archival cornflower blue, and then I stamped again with another Tim Holtz stamp, and this is one of the clocks, and it's from an older set. It's a clear stamp on one of those smaller sets from way back when. I ran it through a Spellbinders embossing folder, and then I used my Gilder's paste in silver, and just I apply it with my finger, and I just go gently over the top, and it leaves the silver behind, which it's a look I really like. This piece here again is the Martha Stewart Art Deco punch. The clock is a Cherry Lynn. The fairies are both Spellbinders. The dewdrops are from a random buy way back when from Michael's, something on clearance, and they were in a swag pattern, and these were at the juncture of each swag, and I just cut them off and used them. Let's see, what else about the front can I tell you? This is the flourishes are from an old cutting die set. I do not have a name for them. They're way old. But I put foil tape on a piece of dark gray paper, and then I ran them through my cutter, and I have both a big shot and a Spellbinder Grand Caliber, and it works in both. You just got to know how to do your sandwiches for whatever dies you're using. It's a really simple way to use up the that roll of foil tape that you bought when it was really hot a couple of years ago. And it does make beautiful embellishments, but if you put it down on a piece of paper first and then cut it, you have much easier to handle pieces. The gray is just Recollections paper that I had in my stash. I tend to buy, when they go on 20 cents a sheet, I tend to buy lots of neutral background colors and just tuck them away for need. The roses, probably Recollections. This is another name brand. These are flowers I cut from the papers. I used some beads from my stash, and this is off of a Christmas wreath thingy that I got on sale at Michael's after Christmas, and it's so pretty and silvery and greeny, and it's beautiful to my eyes anyway. I used Tim Holtz weathered wood distress throughout. It went perfect with the papers. Oh, let's see, what else can I tell you about the front? That's about it. Okay. I made the cover using a chipboard I found at Michael's, and it's a good sturdy cereal box thickness. And it worked perfectly for the album. I usually use the heavier, but I didn't. I wanted to see how it worked, and it worked beautifully. I think unless you're constructing something, maybe you don't need to use the heavier stuff. It's just a theory I have. The inside cover is a waterfall, as you see. This is a flower made from the papers. I used the Tim Holtz this die. What do they call it? They call it Tattered Flower Garland. And it's what I used to cut the flowers I used on the front, and this one. I'm using what I have right now. This is a piece of gingham ribbon from my stash. It was a Michael's after Christmas clearance. Magnet closure, and again the Art Deco punch, I use it all the way through the album. I use it here instead of this making it the coordinating paper that's on the back, because quite frankly I didn't have any of it left that was big enough to use. Funny as that. The sheets are cut at 4 1/4 width, so these end up, I think it's 4 1/4. How did I get out my ruler? They are, yes, cut at 4 1/4 width, and then I punch, my first one I punch, and then I cut it to be from this point I cut it to be a an extra 1/2 inch so I can do my fold over, and they then I just cut the rest of them the same. So the first one is always a sort of a test piece to see, you know, because the punches do different things. They don't always take a 1/16, some of them take a 1/4. So I'm always very careful with punching my edge and then cutting to the length I need when it matters. This is a simple pocket. Write Your Story is a graphic 45 typography stamp. The hand holding the pen is a is it deep red cling, and I don't remember where I got it. I suspect I bought it offline. Do not know if they're still available, but that seems to be a pretty common symbol. The button is cut from the papers and a piece of the dark gray that I use for the coordinating color that I use. That's not part of the paper set, and it is a cutting die from Memory Box, and I have a gazillion of them. Let me see if I can find that particular one. There's the gears. Music notes. Of course. Okay. Scalloped buttons. I really, really like. I mean, this is a good investment for me. I like Memory Box dies. I've used them for quite a while now, and I've never had any trouble with them. Again, I inked the edges with the weathered wood from Tim Holtz. In my gutters, I put 1/2 inch strips, or 3/8 inch strips of the same papers I used for the inside, just for some continuity and to make it not look so bare. These are simply flip pages. There is nothing special about them. They just are. I used tag punch, tab punch, and it's We Are Memory Creepers Crocodile. It's got stub on one side and deco on the other, and I use both of these sides. This is another one of my really good investments. I like those crocodile punches. Nothing special on the tags. And I use magnets throughout. The spinners are cute, but I'm always afraid that with time they're just going to pull through, so I don't do them. I really hope that these are lifetime books. Now the split page, nothing special here. This is an old stamp that I don't know if you can get anymore. Old, so you probably can't. I mean, if everything's more than a year old, it's really hard to find. This is my Art Deco stamp, and this is Laurel Leaf. They are both a Martha Stewart punch, and again I punched my strip of this, then I laid down my Laurel Leaf, and then I trimmed it to size. This is such a pretty look. This page has a magnet closure, but it's a booklet that pulls out. And if you're going to do something like that, reinforce your edge. If you're doing a slit, reinforce the slit. Always put some tape down of some kind before you punch through, slice through, or anything that keeps your paper stable that you have just mangled. And this paper is really soft. It's softer than anything I've ever worked with before. But this has been, when I knew I was going to use this way, I put a piece of artist tape under there. But it doesn't matter what you use. If you glue down an extra piece, Scotch tape, anything to help reinforce this edge. That is such a pretty scene. This is an idea I got from Laura Dennison ages and ages ago, to adhere these down with brads rather than building it all up with glue and flaps. So the only place that has a flap underneath or a hinge is here at the bottom, and the rest is just held together with brads. That's that. Let's see. Over here, nothing special. That's it. Oh, I wanted to tell you about this. These, you see that they're in brown. What I have is these old, forever old. They're pre-inked with black ink, so they print in black. So what I do is I go a lot until they're really faint, and then I put it on my ink pad and put it through. Now it probably wouldn't work with a light color like pink, but with the chocolate brown it worked great. So that's that. The photo gallery will follow.